Take two. Hello, Bookish Brits. My name is Andrew, and today, apologies for two things. A, the hoovering that's happening next door, and second of all, the bit of hair that refuses to go down. I am not patting. Should I just do the hood up? Just so you don't see the disaster that is my hair. It's going to come off in a few seconds, but no, that looks too weird. I'm sorry. Today, as you can probably tell from the strange range of Disney DVDs and the hoodie, I am doing a tag. And the tag is the Disney song book tag. I saw this last week from a brilliant, I love her, booktuber called Hannah from Hannah Books and Beauty. If you haven't followed her, please go, because she's brilliant. She's got really interesting book choices. And I just saw it and immediately I went, going, I have to do that. I had to do that. I sort of had to tell all the other Bookish Brits as well. I was like, I'm doing this. No one take this away from me. Don't take this away from me. This looks like too much fun. So basically, every question is linked to a song linked to a Disney film. And so you have to pick a book for every question. There are 11 in total. I will whiz through them quickly. And I shall get started. I apologise if I can just notice, you can see the computer screen at the corner of my glasses because I can't remember the questions. So the first question is from Aladdin, a DVD I sadly do not own. I don't think I own any of them bar one, and I think that is a crime. For someone who calls himself a Disney fan, that is a crime. Question 1 is from Aladdin, A Whole New World. Pick a book that made you see the world differently. I have a lot of books, but because I don't want to duplicate on answers too often, I am picking Sabriel by Gareth Nix. It made me look at the world differently about how I view the world of death. How death and dying and reincarnation, it made me really question it. And it was before I was waiting for Harry Potter, so this was like my Harry Potter fix when I was waiting for Order of the Phoenix. I keep thinking of Prisoner of Azkaban, and it's not. It's Order of the Phoenix. That was the long wait. But yeah, this was kind of like my addiction for a while, and it made me really sit and think about death. In a good way, in a healthy way, I thought, because it didn't make me as scared of death as I was a few years ago. So, yes. So this is question 1, this is my Aladdin. Yay! Question 2 is 101 Dalmatians, Cruella De Vil. Yeah, I do own it. I'm shocked I own this myself. Pick your favourite villain. Okay. I think a job of a good villain is to make you scared of them, to make you frightened of them, and I can't. When you think of any villains that make me I class as my favourite. And because I want to answer this question, I don't want to duplicate, I've gone for the ones that what I think a villain should be. So quite scary, quite breathless on your seat. And the one I could think of, the one I could think of doing, I don't have the book for, but I'm going to pick this one anyway, is I am thinking of the serial killer in this book, The Body Violed by Kimberly Dirting. The one I'm thinking of is the one in book 3, The Last Echo. But because I don't have that on my shelf, this is the one I'm going to talk about. I think it's very, very creepy, very scary, and there are times in this book I read it and I didn't trust anyone, and I think that's a job of a good person if you really hate and are scared of a villain. And so yes, the killer in this book. Question 3 is, I think from Hercules, I don't know that. It's I Won't Say I'm in Love. Pick a book you didn't want to admit that you loved. Okay. The Winner's Curse. The reason for this is I saw this book, a cover, on the internet, and immediately I went, oh, it's going to suffer from pretty book syndrome, where, like, the selection, I didn't like the selection much, and that was because the cover was beautiful, but when you read inside it, it was just naff. It wasn't that good for my taste. So I read this one with real hesitation, and I fell completely and utterly in love with it. It was nothing I felt like I had the bar really low, so it really surprised me, and it wrote a love story and intrigue and espionage, and it wrote it in a new way, and not in using the same old tricks that you see in most books. It's like, in love at first sight, and it's like, no, this one, you hated each other, and then they had to grow to like each other. So by the end of this book, they were in love with each other, but they couldn't be together, and you knew why. It wasn't as if one was being stubborn, the other one couldn't. One had to do it because there were specific reasons. And yes, I've got the second one on my Kindle. I'm really excited to read it. So yeah, this one. And plus the cover is pretty. very, very pretty. Question 4 is linked to Beauty and the Beast, one of my favourite Disney films, which I do not own. I don't own it. How do I not own one of my favourite films? Oh, I do. I own that one. Question 4 is linked to Gaston. Pick a character you couldn't stand. Dolores Umbridge. Need I say more? She is. I hate her. I actually loathe her. She does child abuse, and I think the reason I hate her so much, I think she's quite frightening, is in the series we have quite evil villains. We have like Voldemort, we have Bellatrix, and they're kind of detached from humanity in a weird way. Umbridge isn't. She's quite human, and she does horrific things, and she enjoys it. So I think, every time I want. Although this was a heavily contested answer because it was that, or because I've been rereading the Harry Potter series. I finished book 2 a few weeks ago. I loathe Gilderoy Lockhart, but I hate Umbridge more. I hate Umbridge more. Question 5 is a part of your world. That's Little Mermaid. Haha. Pick a book that's set in a universe you wish you could live in. Harry Potter. Hogwarts. Duh. That's just... Moving on. A dream is a wish your heart makes, which is from Cinderella. Describe what the book of your dreams would be like. Oh, this is hard. So many things. I want a good plot. I want good realistic characters. I want characters that have a range of ethnicity. So have a character of colour, have a character of who's not straight, have a character who could suffer from mental health, but write it well. Don't make that be the point of the story. Have love, adventure, some kick-assness of it to it, and get it right. If you can get it right up to a point, because I've written it right, then I love you. But my favourite books of my dreams would be ridiculously long, and I don't read quite long books. I'm trying hard now to go to like 300, 400 pages. And so, yeah. Good luck, lovely authors. If no one can do it, but I should try and write it myself. Question 7. Oh my god, I'm going for this really quickly. Sorry if I'm rushing. Question 7 is Someday My Prince Will Come. That is... Someday My Prince Will Come. Is that Cinderella or Snow White? I think it's Cinderella. No, it's not. Sleeping Beauty. Ugh. What book character would you marry if you could? I have too many. I'd be what? Oh no, I don't want to have affairs. That'd be my thing. I would have like countless of affairs with all these book characters. I mean, I love Luna. I love Neville from the Harry Potter series. I love Touchstone from the Old Kingdom trilogy. I love Jacob in the Twilight Saga. I love Jem from the Infernal Devices. I like Alex. I love Magnus from the first 3 books of the Immortal Instruments series. I have a lot. I love the main character in Maggot Moon. Love Maggot Moon. That's one of my favourite books. If I was in a bookshop, that would be one of the books I'd be pushing towards you. I have a lot of people I would be having affairs, and that's not really fair. That's not nice. So moving that question on, so I might veto that one. Sorry. Question 8 is I See the Light. This is from Tangled. I've not seen Tangled. Is it good? If you guys have seen it, comment down below because I need to know what your reactions are. Is pick a book that changed your life. It made me a reader. This made me a reader. Although now I read it and I think it's quite juvenile writing compared to what I have read now. This turned me into a reader. And I cannot thank this book enough. Yes! So, question 9 is When You Wish Upon a Star. Pick a book you wish you could reread for the first time. There's a lot of books I wish I could reread for the first time, but the one I'm going to pick, I have a reason for this, is The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling. The reason for it is, like most of you lot, I read this when I knew this was J.K. Rowling. I wish I could reread this again, not knowing that fact. If I didn't know that fact, I think I'd be much more open-minded to the book. But because it was J.K. Rowling, I went into it very, very... This is what I think it's going to be. And because I liked Harry Potter, I love Harry Potter, and I love The Casual Vacancy, I had high expectations, and it kind of fell a bit flat. So if I didn't know that it was J.K. Rowling, I think I would have read it and gone, okay, this is cool, this is interesting. It's kind of old-fashioned crime, which I'm not very particularly a fan of, but it would, at least I would have gone a bit more open-minded. So I'd say this one. Again, out of all the choices I have. Question 10 is, I just can't wait to be king, the Lion King. Mufasa! Someone told me recently it's been 20 years since The Lion King came out, and even now I think of that Mufasa's death scene and I go, too soon! Too soon! What do you mean it's 20 years? It just, I remember watching the West End show and that scene, that death scene, I was almost in tears. It was so good but so distraught. I was devastated. So if you're in London or it's in America and it's there, go watch it. It's such a good production. Pick a book with some kind of monarchy in it. In it? Okay, I'm going to go for one with the covers. And that is Clockwork Prince and The Iron King. Now, is there a monarchy in it? Iron King has, this one doesn't, so sorry, Jan. So The Iron King by Julia Kagawa, or as I said in my first video on it, Julia Koala. I know. People tweeted the author that and, I couldn't live it down. Kagawa, it's, yes. I've only read this book in the trilogy. I have loads of her books from her. So I need to actually get up to speed. And I read Talent, I love Talent. I'm going to read Talent soon. Just dragons, dragons! Question 11 is Pocahontas, The Colours of the Wind. Don't know why I said it like that, and I don't know why the Hoover's suddenly coming back on again next door. Pick a book with a beautiful, colourful cover. I love shiny covers. I love shiny covers. This book, this trilogy, like I read the first book, I read an e-novella, and I read Half Wild. This book turned me into a book slump for nearly a month of March. Nearly the whole month of March. I should hate this book, and yet I love it. And look, so shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny cover. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, that's actually fun, although I've been really stressed and I can't see the time, so I don't know how long I've taken for this. I should tag some people. I know Michelle says she wants to do this, so I might tag her. I think, Stevie would be good, so I'm going to tag Stevie. I'm going to tag, I was going to say Charlotte. I don't know anyone called Charlotte. Cassie, Ben, and Sarah. Yeah, you freaking do it. I think you guys. Sarah, I think, will be amazing because she picks, and because she and Kathy have such different reading choices, I think they're supposed to be. They should do one together. Cassie, Sally, Ben, could you do one all together? When you're next, you're like, thanks, guys. Love you. So Stevie, George, Ben, Cassie, and yeah, let's say those. And John as well. I'm going to do John as well. I'll put all the links down below, and when this video uploads, I'm going to tweet you all. I hope you have a lovely day and keep reading, and the next video I will do will be next few minutes when I find out who I am going to read next. So, have fun with all the Disney films. Bye, guys!